Hey, I'm your host, Alan Ingle, and welcome to AI NBA News. In today's show, we definitely have an entertaining one for you. Are the Memphis Grizzlies who we think they are? I know it's only the start of the season, but the Memphis Grizzlies look like they might have an issue on their hands after Dallas' huge 41 win last night. More on this with our West Coast host, Alexandra Ivy.
Thank you, Alan. Like you said, are the Grizzlies as good as we thought they were? On opening night, Ja Morant scored 34 points with Santi Aldama adding in 18 points as the Memphis Grizzlies defeated the New York Knicks 115-112 in overtime at FedExForum Wednesday night. Ja Morant put on a show with his crazy athletic prowess and confidence to dampen the debut of the Knicks' new point guard, Jalen Brunson, who had 15.9 assists with no turnovers and 6 rebounds. While the Grizz did win, it is interesting that the game went down to the wire against a Knicks team that missed the playoffs last year. The team showed interestingly that when Morant wasn't in the lineup, the performance didn't drop off as drastically as one might think. On the contrary, the team performed better in the areas of ball movement, offensive and defensive execution. With Morant active in the lineup, the team is more likely to ball watch rather than actively participate in the play. And this is what some of the fans had to say about that.
Yo, Ja, you got my Knicks tonight. We see you back at the Garden, baby.
Can Ja Morant really carry this team? 37 points just to win by 4? And that's only because Julius Randle fouled out with 24 seconds into overtime.
All right, so the Knicks is taking it. Whatever Ja Morant thought he did last week ain't gonna happen again. It's New York all the way.
It's not New York. Even though the Lakers in the slump, they're gonna come up and take the West and win the finals. 20th year for LeBron.
We'll see.
So the Mavs beat the Knicks. Okay. But should they have gone to overtime if they were a far superior team? I don't know. Ja, you gotta ask questions, brother. Knicks about that team, man. Let's go.
They then traveled to Texas, where they faced the Houston Rockets and moved to 2-0 with a 129-122 win over the Houston Rockets on Friday night inside the Toyota Center. Morant scored 49 points and 8 assists on the night, while the next leading scorer on his team was John Konchar, who scored 17 points with 5 rebounds and 3 steals. The Houston Rockets are a rebuilding team with no playoff aspirations and still gave the Grizzlies all they could handle. Without the heroics of Morant, you could see how this would have been a rout as we would see the next night versus the Mavericks. The Grizzlies, led by Ja Morant, went to Dallas to take on Luka Doncic and the Mavericks, where they were demolished by a 41-point margin.
Man, that boy Ja Morant better humble himself. You see what the Mavericks did to him last night?
I think a great team played great, and we didn't play great. Memphis coach Taylor Jenkins said, ending his post-game session with reporters after that one question. He must have not been pleased with the effort put forth by his team from the very beginning of the game. The Grizzlies were helpless against the Mavericks from the opening tip. Luka Doncic got to show his new bag of magic tricks to the Grizzlies' defense time after time with a punctuation of the lob to Christian Wood. It goes to show that the Grizzlies go as Ja Morant does when he is on the court. He needs to learn how to do more with the pieces that he has in order for him to take his team to the next level. Now one can say they are on their second night of a back-to-back, but others are saying that this is a sign of the team desperately needing their starting power forward, Jaren Jackson Jr., against the top teams in the league. Otherwise, we might just be faced with watching Ja Morant dazzle us with his crazy athleticism and highlight-making abilities during the regular season, and only that. Once again, I'm your West Coast host, Alexandra Ivy. Now, back to you, Alan.
Okay, that's a wrap. Guys, don't forget to like and comment below if you think the Grizzlies are in trouble. Until next time, I'm your host, Alan Ingle, signing off.